Yes, yes. Good evening, good evening, good evening. You know the vibes. You're rocking out with yours truly, Showtime Sizzle. I am the sauce, man. Finally back in the cave. We're not gonna stay on too long tonight, but this is a special request sauce for the city of Philadelphia, man. Shout out to my god Pop Ennis. You're going to shine some light on what we like to call over here the business protection of boxing. Yes, business protection of boxing. We're going to get into all of that. But first, yeah, I don't want to stay on too late. I got a extra early start tomorrow. And like I said, I got a new app. I want to put some more videos out with the intro, incorporate the intro into the videos now. Well, like I said, for the real boxing supporters, later for all you others, put some more videos. Yes, tap into that. Oh, we sound fabulous, fabulous. Yes, the audio, man. This headset, what a upgrade. What a upgrade. All right, so let's get over here, and I'm gonna pull up the WBC rankings, right? Like I said, this is I'm not going to stay on too long, but I do want to discuss this, right? I went a little bit in on it before I got to the cave, but I want to get to the cave so I could pull up like what you guys like to call the receipts, right? So now that I have the receipts up, right? And like I said, I made a couple of phone calls. Um, I'm going to get in on it. It's like overall a down night, the night before the storm. And shout out to Amani. I used Amani's picture on the cover photo for this one. But let's get to this real quick, right? All right. Let's go to the ratings, right? Welterweight. You see who the champion is. Earl the True Spence. So let's click on welterweight. Mm, Are y'all following the source? Y'all following the sauce? His pro debut on 9/11. Is that coming up? Can y'all see that? Yes, y'all see it all. Okay, good. 9/11 was his pro debut. 2012. He won the world title September 28th, 2019. Last defense December 5th, over a year ago. All right. Now, look, here are the ratings. Can y'all see the ratings? And I'm doing this because this needs to be done. Like I said, shout out to Pop and this. I want to just show you how boxing, the business of boxing, protects certain fighters. What I like to call that puts them in PC for my brothers that have been behind the wall, protective custody. But we're talking boxing, so we're going to say protecting champions. Okay, now look, I'm gonna take my time with this because this is going to be the only thing I'm going to talk about on this special edition podcast 290. And I want you guys to catch this. I know you guys are going to play it back, try to copy, do what you do, right? All right. This is the top 10. See the names. Jerron Ennis. Boots Ennis is number 3. Virgil Ortiz Jr. is number 1. I don't see Keith Thurman nowhere in the top 10. Let me go down. I don't see Keith Thurman nowhere. Nowhere on here. I just scroll down to 40. He's not even ranked in the top 40. Am I missing something? Am I missing something? Okay, I don't see him nowhere. Let's see. I don't see Mario Barrios either. Let me make sure. No, I work a lot. I wear a lot of hats. I was in the gym last night. I did the play-by-play sauce. Shout out to Mighty Mo Hooker. I see Mo Hooker. Shout out to Charles Halley. These are two DC guys. Not DC, you know what I mean by DC, Dallas area. Shout out to DC with the Mambo sauce and all that too, though. Okay, no Mario Barrios. No Mario Barrios. Jamal James, he's coming off a loss. Josecito Lopez, a guy who Keith Thurman Keith Thurman beat. He's there. So maybe that might be the argument that they use. I see Danny Garcia just fought, lost to Earl, like they said that was the last defense December. Okay, now it leads me to this, right? You know, you get all these narrative pushes. That's what they are. I don't need to say names. You get all the narrative pushes wanting Jerron Ennis, number 3 in the WBC, to fight Terrence Crawford, right? Fight Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford doesn't have no fight, right? Fight Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford doesn't have no fight. But where is your energy at now, man? You have the stories coming out. I think Keith Thurman posted something in regards to it. I just ran down the top 40 in the WBC. His name is not amongst none of them in the welterweight division. Mario Barrios, his opponent, who he's fighting February, name is not in the top 40. Are y'all paying attention to the source tonight? See, we showing you a whole different side of media play in the game. See, I get on panels and I talk with people, but I really don't like to do that unless I feel you are in the business, know something about the business, or I just know you. If I don't know you, I don't really want to fuck with you on no type of shop when it comes to talking boxing because I'm on a whole nother level with it. But that's neither here nor there. But back to what I was just saying. Mario Barrios and Keith Thurman allegedly are going to fight an eliminator, and the winner's going to be lined up for Earl Spence, right? Now, I say to myself, well, everybody, well, if you know anything, you know. Boxing been corrupted, protection. That's why I said this is what we call PC, protecting champions, right? You have two guys. What is Virgil Ortiz record? 18 and 0, 18 knockouts. You have Jerron Ennis, number 3. What is he? 27 and 0 or 26 and 0, 25 knockouts. Young killers, young killers, hungry killers. But here you have a guy that I just said who was not even ranked, who was not ranked in the top 40 in the WBC. He's fighting a guy who was not even registered or ranked welterweight. This last fought at 140. He had a secondary type of belt over there, and he was knocked out or stopped, knocked out, whatever you want to call it, by a 135-pounder who previous to that fight fought at 130, right? He fought Leo at 130. So now you mean to tell me Mauricio Suleiman, uh, PBC, WBC, Justice League, what in the PC protecting champions is going on? What in the protecting champions is going on? Thank you to Top Rank for releasing my video. You know, somebody's reporting me, man. Somebody's definitely reporting me because the sauce is getting too spicy now. Somebody is definitely reporting my videos, but they just released it. I just got the email. Thank you. But back to this, like, what in the protecting champions is going on? They've been pushing that narrative of trying to protect the WBC champion, who I just said is Earl Spence. They want Jerron Ennis to fight Crawford, but yet he's ranked number 3. I think in the IBF and the WBC, both titles was Earl Spence hold. But yet the narrative is for him to fight Crawford, Crawford, Crawford. And now I'm just like I didn't really want to speak on it because when I get on Earl Spence's bumper, they always love to say, "Oh, you're a hater, you're this, you're that." Why? I am affiliated with, if you know, you know, one of the hottest prospects in the game right now. So why would I be mad? But when it comes to doing journalist media work, I have to report the facts. Javon Ennis is ranked 3rd in the WBC and the IBF. But why do all of these YouTubers, narrative pushers, want to push for him and Crawford to fight when he has worked his way up the ranks on that side of the street? Like you guys love to say. He's over there, right? But hey, what do I know? Hopefully you are catching this sauce and then it's not going over your head, you know? Like I said, I'm not gonna stay on too long because I don't need to do this anymore. You see, I take it over to I love doing the basketball play by plays. I love doing the basketball play by plays. But yes, this was a special request sauce. But yeah, these are the Rakins, man. Virgil Ortiz and a Texas guy, Dallas, Texas guy, number 1. But yet, alleged Keith Thurman and Mario Barnes are fighting the Eliminator. They do whatever they want to do in boxing, man. Whatever they want to do in boxing. Man, is it fair to say that Jerron Ennis got these boys in protective championship custody? Protective custody? Is it fair to say? Is it fair to say? Is that a legit argument? I know you guys don't want to talk about it. I got on a little earlier when I was, setting up my truck, my plow, and my spreader and all that. But I wanted to get in the cave right now where I'm at, so I could pull up the actual rankings. The actual rankings. We can go to the WBO rankings too. Because I know you guys are going to say, oh, you're making it all about Earl. No, we'll go to the WBO rankings. Also, too, I'll pull the WBO rankings up. I'll pull those up too. You know, we'll pull those up too. That's what we do. Mm, ice is banging. All right, let's pull the WBO up. See, this is another whole side of me that I like doing too. Investigative journalism. That's why I say I don't have time to see. Bong. Jerron Ennis is number 2 over here. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna but He's number 2 in the WBO, right? Virgil is number 1. You guys are stressing for you want him to fight Crawford, right? But I want to say this, right? I'm going to show you the WBO. You want him to fight Crawford, right? But Crawford right now is a free agent, so to say. But remember, this is the narrative you guys push, so I gotta go with your narrative. I gotta go with your logic, right? Why the easier fight to make, if I'm not mistaken, or for the logic that you guys love to push, would be Jerron Ennis, right? Jerron Ennis fights over there. Fights over there. You know? He fights over there. That's correct, right? But yes, I know he's ranked 2 in the WBO. Virgil Ortiz is 1. I'm gonna say this, right? I think Virgil Ortiz is the mandatory for the WBC. Well, number 1 ranked for the WBC. He's number 1 ranked for the WBO. But I don't think Oscar De La Hoya and them are confident. You know, we're talking the business of boxing right now. I feel what they are trying to do is the waiting game. Why would they risk throwing him to the? And I don't even think they're confident against Earl because they're not boisterous wanting that fight either. But somebody that is boisterous, who is the man who I named, Jerron Ennis, and shout out to his pops. Me and his pops, I told him I was gonna do this. I was gonna get on this. I had to just make a couple phone calls and pull up my sheets, and I was going to do this tonight. But yes, Jerron Ennis is 2 in the WBO, and he is 3 in the IBF and 3 in the WBC. But yet the WBC wants to sink or the fight is official. But the whispers are that they are going to sanction it as a WBC eliminator with the winner being lined up for an Earl Spence shot. How is that possible? And how aren't the fans? Now, this is where I got to go to the fans, the so called fans that are all voiceless, all powerful, not in an uproar. Why aren't you in the uproar? Here it is. Jerron Ennis, who was ranked number 3, who was over there. Over there. He hasn't sat out 2 years. He has beat everybody that they have put in front of him. He has called out the best. I remember a video. He was with the rapper. The and they was Leslie wanted to bet $1 million. Um, Earl, his rapper friend, and he was like, "Oh, he ain't ready yet. He's not ready yet. His time will come." Well, when is his time gonna come? Because now it's like this guy that was out for 2 years. Like I said, nothing against Keith. I like Keith. Keith gave me a great interview. Great interview. One of my best. I'll probably post that in the group after I'm done with this. Just to show that. Like, I have nothing against Keith. But what I do have is the business of boxing. See, a lot of you fans, YouTubers with channels, you don't understand the business of boxing. It goes over your head. See, the business of boxing right now is protecting Earl Spence. Some would say it's protecting Terrence Crawford. But Terrence Crawford got a whole bunch of other stuff going on right now. But like they always like to say, the easier fight to make is over there. Because last time I checked, Jerron Ennis fought on Showtime. Right? Or wrong? Right or wrong? Hmm? Come on, man. We got to make this make sense, man. And I seen when I did the video earlier how guys got out there. That's good. That's a start. That's a start. That's a start. It needs to be more though. It needs to be more. All calls to arms. Are you journalists or are you narrative pushers? Are you fans or are you narrative pushers? Are you boxing enthusiasts that want to see the best fight the best and guys get their fair shot, or are you narrative pushers? And like I said, I appreciate my guy hitting me up because he knows the source is the source. I am not going to sugarcoat it. I am going to bring the source. And shout out to Gary Russell Jr. Hopefully that storm curves and I will be in Atlantic City this Saturday to support Gary. I was at his last fight at the Barclays Center on when they fought in Brooklyn. That was the last fight, uh, one of the last major fights at the Barclays. It was the Wilder undercard, and then they had him fight, I believe, almost 2 years ago in Pennsylvania, in a small town of Pennsylvania. But the last major city card was Barclays Center. I believe that was a May fight. It was the Wilder Brazil. He fought on that undercard, if I'm not mistaken. See, I cover so many fights in real life. See, we are, what I like to call a media conglomerate, man. That's why I said, do me a favor and don't compare me to none of these guys. Please don't. I take that like I take that as disrespect. Facts. You know? I take that as disrespect. Like, I don't, when I come on here, and if I don't have one person in my live, I don't take that as disrespect because my catalog is my catalog. You know? But when you try to compare somebody to me who you think because they do views or they are popular, so to say, no, that's when I feel disrespected because YouTube views does not make me. The quality of your catalog is what makes me. When I like some of these guys and that they try to send their shit to me and compare them to me and say, oh, he did this many views. Cool. I don't do it for views. I do it for the real thrill, the real life thing. Like I said, I just came off a fight week. I didn't see a lot of those guys that you guys love to say do views. And I was ringside. And I interviewed fighters. I didn't see none of those guys. But hey, what do I know? Hopefully y'all caught that source. Like I said, do us both a favor and don't compare us. But yes, the WBC needs to be called out on this. But like I said, this is just what they do. This is just what they do. Look at the whole Devin Haney situation. See, I don't really go into that because he has enough so to say freedom fighters riding for his cause for that. But this is just what the WBC does. And this is just another example of that. A guy, like I said, 2 years off, not even ranked in the top 40, fighting a guy who's just coming off a loss, also not ranked in the top 40. This is probably his first fight in the welterweight division, but yet they are fighting an eliminator, allegedly. Hopefully, y'all caught that sauce. Y'all digest that sauce. I am going to, I got a new app, so I gotta play around with. I'm gonna upload some of my interviews from this past weekend, and I'm going to use these intros. I might use this one because I have a lot now, so I might use this one. I already used this one. So yes, be on the lookout for that. I'm going to drop the Troy Isley interview again and the Abraham Nova and maybe some other stuff. Like I said, I was working. Shout out to me and the Source Girls, my daughters, CEO Nasaya and Coach Reem. We was working. And shout out to my guy Pop Ennis, aka the Fountain of Youth, what I like to call him. Hopefully, this video rattles some cages and shakes it up. Maurice Suleiman, come on, man. You guys could do whatever you want to do, but that doesn't make it the right thing to do. You have a kid that has worked his way up the ranks, number 3. Now you got a guy, granted, he used to be a former champion for you, but this is the game of boxing. What has he done for you lately other than been inactive? Been inactive. I know it is the business of boxing and you want to protect certain fighters. Like I said, maybe you foresee the Virgil Ortiz and Earl Spence fight in Dallas because it seems like that's all Earl fights at now is in Dallas, because I hear rumors and whispers that that's where he's going to be fighting again in Dallas, you know. So maybe that could be the play too. But they already said that that was the motion for him and Thurman. But it's like, how does Thurman come back on the scene after 2 years in hiatus? Not even ranked in the top 40, and he's fighting the Eliminator. Was he the number one mandatory in recess? Am I missing something? Maybe somebody needs to do another video and put me on. Clean me up, clean this up. But like I said, man, hopefully y'all enjoyed this sauce. Continue to watch the rise of greatness with the Sauce team. My daughters will be coming to another city near you, working with their dad, interviewing fighters, coaches. Just get used to the Sauce sisters. They are growing up in the game, the real game. And shout out to all the fighters that fuck with the Sauce. You know the vibes.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to the Source Talk Podcast. You already know the vibes. Jack and Fitness. This is Andrew from the Stewart Hotel Boxing Life. Let's go.
Woo!
Yo, man, it's your Hot Tucker, man. The real GOAT, LeBron Donner, the game, man. Shout out to the Source Talk Podcast. Shout out my man Showtime Shot. If you ain't know, now you know. Hear about it.
Screw you. That's right.
This is your boy Jamel Simplify Herring, and I'm with the best in the world, the best from Long Island, the Sauce Talk Podcast. Hey, we doing big things. Shout out to everybody out there in LI as well. Simplify, salute.
Yes, you know the vibes.
Yo, you know who it is. It's Chop Chop Corley, one and only. I'm a Hall of Fame legend right here. I'm here with the sauce, y'all. We gonna chop it up real soon. Back in the kitchen with Chop Chop Kitchen.
Yeah, you know the vibe.
World Combat Sports with the one and only Sauce Talk Podcast in the house.
That's right, you know the vibes.
Yes, sir. Y'all want to shout out to my man Shy right here. The only one to do it, the realest one in the whole game, all right? Just want y'all to know, this is E. Cruz, a.k.a. Captain Chaos. You know how I rep, keeping it real. I follow the real, because I am a true boxing fan. If you're a true boxing fan, follow my man, Shy News, to the fullest. All right.
You know the vibe.
Yes, you know the vibes. Consistency kills. Keep your eyes on the prize. Always, always remember, push your brand. Keep God first, and you will always get there. You know the vibes.
Like, subscribe, and hit that bell.